In this video, I'm going to show how to import contacts into the CRM using a CSV file. The only prerequisite to make sure the import works as intended is that the CSV file must contain at least a column for either the email address of the patients or phone number of the patients. And well, in addition to that, the first row of the CSV file cannot be empty. If the first row of the CSV file is empty, that's going to cause an issue and the contacts cannot be imported. But as long as those two requirements are met, there shouldn't be any issues. And I'm going to show how to import a contact. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to try to import some contacts into the system. Okay, and I'm selecting contacts. This can also be done for opportunities, but at this time, I'm just trying to do this for contacts. Then I can drag a CSV file here, and that's what I'm going to do. Okay, and the system works in the following way. If you already have some contacts in the system and you import a CSV file, then what the CSV file is going to do is it's going to update any contacts that are already in the system. Okay, now I'm going to hit next, and this is where we need to map the fields. Okay, then what's going to be mapped is, well, in here, as you can see here, this is the column header in the file. This is a preview of the information, and these are the fields that we're trying to map the information to. In this case, everything is already mapped in the correct format. Okay. So this is the first name. So this is already mapped correctly. The last name is already mapped correctly as well. Business name, well, in this case, there's no business name in the CSV file, so we can leave that as it is. The email, it's already mapped correctly as well. And last activity. In this case, we also have two additional fields created and last activity, but these fields are not required while importing them into the system. As you can see here, there's no option to map these fields on the CSV file. And well, that might be a situation that you might face where, well, you might have some additional columns in your CSV file, and you can do one of two things. You can leave this as it is and do not map those fields. And option number two is, well, if you need to store that information, then, well, you can create a custom field for that. And to create a custom field, let me duplicate this page. For example, in this example, in the CSV file, we have this column, last activity. But in the CRM, there's no way where, or there's no value where we can store the last activity. So what I'm going to do now as a workaround is head over to custom fields and create a new field. And well, there are different types of custom fields. In this case, I'm just going to use a single line custom fields, but you can also create a date picker, or a phone field, or a multi-line custom field, but I'm just going to choose single line. And I'm going to name it last activity. For the object, there are two main objects, contact and opportunity. In this case, I'm trying to store everything on the context tab, so I'm going to select contact as the object. And for group, I can place it under general info. This is where the information is going to show up. And if I were to save this custom field, and what I need to do next is, well, I will need to refresh this page, start the CSV import from scratch. And now when I get to step number 3, I will be able to see an additional custom field in here. And that's where I can map this information. The last activity, I can map it with the last activity custom field. And the information is going to be stored. That's what you can do in case you have a column that cannot be mapped with one of the existing fields. You can create a new field in the CRM. Okay, then, well, in this case, I don't want to import the data, and then, well, what I will have to do is click next, and well, the system is going to verify that all of the changes that you want to make, and the system is going to import the contacts into the CRM.